The crystalline moon of Arcturus 7 was supposed to be uninhabited. That's what the Galactic Coalition had told everyone. That's why they left the 9 human soldiers there to die. Mali, an albino dwarf dragon no larger than a house cat, glided through the frozen wasteland on gossamer wings that shimmered like pearl dust. Her species, the Drakir, were among the oldest sentient beings in the galaxy, though few remembered them now. Most assumed they were extinct or mere legend. She had been exploring the abandoned moon when she detected the faint heat signatures huddled in a crashed transport vessel half buried in ice. Molly's curiosity drew her closer. Through the frosted viewport she saw them. 9 humans in tattered military uniforms, their breath forming desperate clouds in the frigid air. The humans had been part of Bassett's Special Forces unit, betrayed by their own commanding officer who had aligned with the Vraxian Empire. The Coalition wanted them dead for knowing too much about illegal weapon shipments, so they'd been marooned here, on a moon where temperatures dropped to -200 degrees at night. Molly circled the wreckage 3 times before making her decision. The Draker had a saying, "Those who abandon honor abandon themselves." She had seen many species rise and fall across millennia, but humans were different. They fought when they should surrender. They hoped when hope was foolish. They were maddeningly, impossibly stubborn. She landed on the hull and began to work. Inside the transport, Bassett huddled with his 8 remaining soldiers. His breath rattled in his chest and frostbite had claimed 2 of his fingers. Around him, his team was fading. Corporal Jensen had stopped shivering an hour ago. Never a good sign. Private Molly, named after an ancient Terran kingdom, lay unconscious, her lips blue. "Sir," whispered Sergeant Torres, "maybe we should, make it quick." Bassett shook his head. "We don't quit. Not while we're breathing." That's when they heard it, a sound like wind chimes made of glass. The emergency hatch, frozen solid for days, suddenly began to glow with soft white light. Heat radiated through the metal. The ice melted away and the hatch creaked open. A small, pearlescent creature floated inside, her scales reflecting the dim emergency lights like a living prism. Molly the dragon regarded them with ancient, knowing eyes. What is that?" Torres breathed. "Drakir," Bassett whispered, recognition dawning. He'd read about them in classified xenobiology reports. They're supposed to be extinct. The dragon chirped, and somehow they understood her meaning without words. "Follow." "She wants us to move," Bassett said, struggling to his feet. "Everyone up." "That's an order." They helped each other stand, supporting the weakest among them. The dragon led them through passages she had melted through the ice, her body radiating warmth that kept them from freezing. She brought them to a geothermal vent system deep beneath the surface, where ancient Drakir ruins held chambers that still functioned after 10,000 years. Over the next 3 weeks, Molly taught them to survive. She showed them which crystal formations could be processed into water, which bioluminescent fungi were edible, and how to tap into the geothermal power grid. The humans, for their part, amazed her with their adaptability. They didn't just survive, they thrived. Bassett organized a system to maintain the generators. Torres rigged communication equipment from the crashed transport. Private Molly, who the dragon had taken a particular interest in, learned to understand the dragon's language better than anyone. "Why?" Bassett asked one evening, as he sat beside the small dragon in a chamber of glowing crystals. "Why save us?" Molly projected images into his mind. Humanity's first contact with other species. Their wars, their compassion, their music broadcast into space, their stubborn refusal to accept extinction when the Vraxian Empire had tried to wipe them out 70 years ago. "Because you remind us of ourselves," she seemed to say, young, fierce, unbreakable. The dragon revealed something else. The moon wasn't abandoned. The Vraxians were building a weapon here, hidden beneath the ice. Something that could destroy entire star systems. The Coalition leadership knew but did nothing, having been bribed or threatened into silence. Bassett looked at his team, their faces hardened by survival. "We're not leaving, are we?" Torres grinned. "Hell no, sir." Using the dragon's knowledge and human ingenuity, they sabotaged the weapon's construction. Molly guided them through ancient passages that the Vraxians never detected. The humans built explosives from mining equipment. Private Molly learned to fly short distances on a makeshift glider, scouting enemy positions. When the weapon facility finally exploded, the detonation was visible from 3 systems away. A Galactic Coalition investigation fleet arrived to find 9 impossible survivors, and one small albino dragon broadcasting evidence of corruption across every frequency. The truth could no longer be hidden. Bassett and his team were exonerated and became heroes. The traitor commanding officer was arrested. The coalition underwent reforms. And Molly, both the dragon and the private, became legends. The small dragon still visits Earth sometimes, where she's granted honorary citizenship and a permanent place in the hearts of humanity. She tells other Drakir who thought her foolish for helping the humans that she was right about them all along. Humans don't quit. They don't break. And when you earn their loyalty, they will cross galaxies to stand beside you. That's why they call it HFY. Humanity. Fuck yeah. The end.